folks, it's the truth. Okay. It's the truth. And I want him to be liked by his friends because of his character, not what he has, what he can spend on them, what he can allow them to be a participant of with his resources. Not that I teach my children to be stingy or selfish. That's not the case here at all. But I just want him, because he's young, he's impressionable. And people that don't have things but are still lazy and don't want to do what they have to do to get it, they may take advantage of you. And I had friends that were like that. So some of the conversations that we have is me guarding his mind about how he should think about money and how that relationship with other people around the topic of money and affluence, it's a tight wire that you have to walk very carefully. And no matter what you do, you're going to be met with challenges that are sometimes very unfortunate. Your friendships will fail, or you'll have people that are very venomous to you because they think because you have it and they're your friend, or they call themselves your friend and you haven't really known them that long, you owe them something. And when you don't, then they start drama around you and they start smearing you with things that aren't true about you. And I told him, obviously his girlfriend and him broke up because she went to college. And I told him, I said, don't be in a hurry to race to get with somebody else. The worst thing in the world right now you could do is go out and get someone pregnant, because you're just starting your life. You're just starting your life. Humble beginnings. He's starting from that right now. And I'm so proud to see that he's doing it without me lacing his pockets, without me sitting with him and telling him to buy or sell. I did some of that when he was in his combines, when he would be in drawdown on some. I'd say, okay, look, what you just did there today, let me show you what you can look at here. And I said, okay, it's going to go there. When would you buy it? And when the fair value gap was there, and if he doesn't see it, I was like, do you see the fair? And then as soon as I say it, he'd click. That's not me saying buy it, but he knew that I'm pointing out. So he's like, okay, I don't want to miss it. This funded thing he's doing, this express thing, that's all him. And he's doing it from his phone, which, the boy works. He has a job. And some of you think that that's cruel of me. You should just do this for your son. I did that with my oldest boy and it didn't work. He wasted the money, got himself in debt, made frivolous, stupid decisions, put it in crypto and lost it. So now tell me about what I should do. I learned my lesson. I'm not throwing good money after bad. Think about how you would be recklessly spending it if someone just laid money in your hands. When you don't know what you're doing with money, you're going to be a fool. He cares more about this now because it's, number one, making him money. Two, he has a process and a plan that he follows, which is exactly what you're lacking. You might say you have a model. Oh, I know I'm looking for the model 2022. I'm looking for the silver bullet. But are you really entering on that context? Are you really using a stop loss? Because many of you that send me your screenshots, and sometimes I think that these are the only setups that you probably did correctly for weeks, because I don't see a whole lot of it coming from the same people. But one screenshot will happen and you'll see the sell or the long entry line, and there's no stop loss, and it's in profit, whether it be a demo or whether it be live, I don't know. And I'm trying not to be judgmental. I'm not trying to put my finger on any one particular person, but you know who you are if you're listening. If you're not using a stop loss, you're not really following what I'm teaching. So I'm not going to like your post. Okay. I want you to understand that if there is no stop loss in that screenshot, you'll never see me high five you, and I won't remark anything except for you need to stop or where's your stop. And I don't mean that to be mean to you or embarrass you. It's to remind you that that's more important than your take profit. And I'm going to say that again. Your stop loss is far more important than your take profit, because that take profit's not guaranteed, but it's highly probable that your entry in the beginning as a new student is not as accurate as you want it to be or hope it to be. And you might have to see a measure of correction against your entry and the trade still be good. But what if it isn't? The larger loss is assured at that point then. And if you don't have a stop loss in, and you think you can just weather it because you're right, What happens when you're not and it drops 30 handles? Can your Combine challenge account handle that? Can your funded account challenge or whatever it is, Express thing, can it handle that? Your live account that you have your own hard-earned money in, can it handle that? You might have the money in there to weather it, but does your mental capital have the resolve to hold on to that and still think correctly about the marketplace? Can you manage yourself in that? Since he wants to know where these moves are going to happen real quick, real snappy moves, when they're going to run, and the highest probability that they're going to run quickly. That's what I sat down with him. I gave him a high frequency trading model. Not that that's advantageous of anything else I've taught, because every time I teach something, if I say, say my son Cody, okay, has a newfound interest in trading, which he doesn't, because he's sour over what he lost, and that's normal. I hope he comes out of it, but if he doesn't, then good for him. Then he won't lose any more money doing it. But this idea of me sharing my personal life with you, which you're not entitled to know any of these things, and people take some of the things that I've shared publicly and they've twisted and contorted it and they made some kind of nonsense out of it. Then when I teach something about what they're doing or trying to do, you may feel this impulsiveness to drop and abandon everything you've been studying, everything you've been working towards, to start all over again with something that may not be suited for you. That's foolish. If you are working with one thing right now, no matter what I show you, whenever my son comes out, if he does another withdrawal, he might blow that account. Who says he's not going to eventually go into some tilt and just go crazy? You know, what happens if his girlfriend gets in contact with him, or his ex-girlfriend, and says, look, I'm with so-and-so, and he loses friggin' mind about it and just wants to exact revenge on the marketplace? He's human. Nothing's saying that can't happen. That's why you have to have a plan, a process, and you have to start very, very humbly, knowing that you can blow it if you go reckless. When you're not out there trying to prove something to anyone. Oh, I'm going to prove it to so-and-so. See, he put that down right now. Now, since he's seen his account grow, and now he had to pay out, I was waiting for him to say, I can't wait to go do and do it. You know, his mind went to, I want to share this with other people. Do you think that if I shared me trading with one contract, he hasn't even started thinking about adding more contracts. That's exactly where I want him. How'd he get there? Trading with one contract, taking one setup, taking it, winning it, stopping for the day. Going back and looking at where there was other ones he could have done, but he's still not journaling. Why? ICT, you tell us we should be journaling. You should. But I have to keep his attention span very, very small and narrow on one thing. It's this process right here. Because by him doing this, he is journaling. He's doing the one thing every single day. Boom. That's it. And then he tells me about it. So he's not doing a journal. I don't want his attention, directed anywhere else. The fact that he's following the model is enough for me, because it was an arm wrestling match to get to here. Okay. And I'm not trying to upset the apple cart. But his concern was, or his interest was, how he could inspire all of you. And I'm very proud of that. Not, I'm going to go out there and show the trolls. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I guarantee these trolls don't have 100% strike rate on the day. He did take a $104 loss yesterday because it wasn't a full hit for his model. He was allowed to do another trade. And he made, I don't know, whatever it was, $200 some. But he's made over $2,500 in trading that Express account through Top Step. None of it's fake. If it was fake, I've invited them already to come out and call it what it is. If it's real, say it's real. If it's been scammed, say it's a scam. If it's not a real screenshot, if it's not really his account, he scribbles over top that account number. But we sat and did that video the other night, and I already showed all of his numbers by clicking on that thing. So I mean, I don't know why he does that. So if you're listening, Cameron, it's dumb. I don't even think that even matters now. But the point is, 10 days winning. That feels good for somebody that tried very hard and failed. It feels really good for a person that just had their girlfriend say, I can't be your boyfriend and girlfriend relationship anymore. I'm in another state and I'm going to college, and it's too much of a distraction, and it bothers me. He's in hurt. It feels good to be doing that. When you need continuity, when you need it, and it's hard to find it, and you are the very source of every disruption in your life, everything's a failure. So having this model gives him a plan of action every day, just like when he has to get up and go to work to his new job, which he loves doing. Comes home, he's filthy, sore, arms all cut up from the sheet metal, from the HVAC installations of the condensers and stuff, and whatever the shit he's said. You know, I don't understand it, but that's what he's doing. That's a man's job. That's a real working man's job. And he wants to learn that skill so he can start his own company. And I'm proud of that. And maybe this venue and adventure of a trader will help fund that startup of him. Truth be told, I would fucking throw money at him if he gets his journeymans and masters, and now he's a person that's gone through a couple business management classes and managing that. I would front the whole thing. I'd buy his fucking trucks. I'd buy all of his fucking tools. I'd get everything for him. I would love to do that. But he might turn to me and say, Dad, I don't want you to do that. I want to earn all that and do it myself. And you know what? That's amazing. That's amazing. To watch him grow up and have these thoughts as a young man in the direction of his life. And doing what I had hoped before I had any children. I was thinking to myself, if I have a couple kids, if I just could get one of them to trade and do what I'm doing, it will inspire the rest of them. And I've tried it with Cody. And well, first I started with my daughter. She's the oldest, and she that's a whole different show. She is a woman of the world. Okay, we'll just call it that. She's not interested. Okay, so she definitely needs the support of Dad, and I guess that'll probably be like that until she finds a man. But my boys, I've tried so many ways to try to get them to do it competitively. Like, okay, the first person they can get a profitable account to do this with a demo, to do this, Dad will buy you whatever next car you want. It can't be a supercar though. Still not inspiring. They're like, nah. And I don't know how else I could have done it. Like, I couldn't have done it. So in a lot of ways, I'm glad that these assholes on the internet trolled me, because my children don't have social media. They don't have it, because number one, it would be intrusive for everybody to go in and try to befriend them and take whatever they would share on public social media accounts and use it to make some kind of dumb shit. But they read everything that's on mine. That's another reason why I'm leaving social media, because they're getting caught up, or at least two of my sons got caught up in, they want to come out here and play vigilante and say, you don't know us, you don't know our family, you don't know anything about my dad, and this is what he can do, and this is what he's taught me, and go fuck yourself, basically, without saying it so much like that. And I've many times told them, look, these people are morally bankrupt. They have a failure for everything they've ever done. And if they need my name to market or bring attention to them to make their little fucking ad revenue, and by the way, if you haven't counted the money I made this week, that's 4 months of fucking ad revenue on YouTube. I don't need your fucking YouTube money. I don't need your fucking mentorship money. I don't need book and sales. Don't buy my book. Hell that. Again, don't buy my book. plural, books. Come on. I'm out here talking to you right now. And all of you that put my stuff on YouTube, you're making the money off of these talks, not me. You are. Did I put any copyright claims against it? Nope. I don't give a shit. Do it. Just don't take my lectures or my videos and put them on your channel, because then I'll take that shit down. But I'm wealthy. I'm happy. Someone asked, why do I teach for free when I can earn? Because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy it. I love doing it. I'm a teacher at heart. Before I'm a trader, before I am a martial artist, before I am anything, an entrepreneur, I am a teacher. I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed to have the ability to hold the attention span of listeners long enough for them to learn from me. I've been very passionate about that since I was a teenager. I taught martial arts. When I got my first black belt, I was literally immediately teaching on the weekends kids that couldn't afford to go to a martial arts school. I would be doing it for free with them, both Saturday and Sunday. I would do that. 2.5 hours. And many times I bought them something to eat, and I didn't have money then. I just loved the fact that they allowed me to teach them. I've always had this in me. It's been ingrained in me as a person. And it was interesting to hear my son say, Dad, do you think that if I went out there and I showed my trades with one contract, do you think the people would be interested in seeing that? Now, he didn't say ad revenue. He didn't say anything about making money off of that. That wasn't even the inspiration behind it. Not one thing came out of his mouth about being profitable because he's done it. His mind and his heart shifted to, if I could show some people, would they be interested in seeing that? Think about that. That sounds like a teacher in the making. I will never teach you Enigma. I will not do it. And an IMP 24 node is not anything that anybody's teaching. When I see that shit, Hoppy, you need to stop that shit. Because what you're doing, you're promoting something that is not true. You don't know what an IMP node is. You don't know what an IMP 24 is. You don't know what those things are. And mislabeling and naming something that is nothing to do with it is wrong. It sows chaos. It sows confusion. And you need to come forward and say what you're saying is not true. Call it something else. But the bottom line is that's not real. I will never teach Enigma. It won't happen. But if any one of my sons choose to do it, it's probably going to be Cameron. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying do it. He's not even trading with Enigma, and he's got 100% strike rate by the day. And people have a problem with me showing my examples. Oh, you never show this, but you never show that.